What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back out of the game, coming at you with another Summoners War video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the RUNE Alchemy to give you guys my biggest and best tips to help you out and get yourself the best runes as fast and as effective as possible. Now, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out the RUNE Alchemy and kind of look at all the ins and outs of what you could do, I'm going to leave two videos up over here, or maybe they're going to be up over here. Some links for both my man Tophersmurf as well as Barcode here. I've put out many good videos. Both of these guys have made guides for the RUNE Alchemy, so if you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, watching any one of those videos is going to get you to where you need to be before watching this one. And as always, fam, before we get into our video, if you guys are liking this educational content, since I don't really make it all the time, do me a favor, show your support, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next video drops. Okay, so in today's video, again, we got some do's and don'ts, some things we want to go over with, and without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it, right? The first thing that I want to talk about, which is going to be, I think, pretty surprising for you guys when it comes to this, is that, especially if you're coming from Summoners War Arena, when it comes to all the changes that it made with the rune crafting succession combination disassemble, I think we can all agree that there's really no reason now to ever sell your runes when you're moving into the mid to late game here. As you guys know, prior to we've always done the rune disassembly, but if you really need a little bit of gold, some people would opt to sell the runes just to get a little bit of extra. But I think right now, without question, because of the value of rune succession and rune combination, there's really no reason to sell your runes ever. Sometimes, especially for those people that are coming in from Summoners War Arena, we would look at a rune and be like, ooh, there's a flat set on this specific rune. Let's go ahead and get rid of it and whatnot, and let's not even keep it. But the value of a rune like this is still outrageously great because of the fact that it's like, it is a rune at the end of the day, and you can utilize it to essentially, like I said, combine it and try to get yourself a higher grade of that 5-star, or even potentially a 6-star rune. So again, definitely don't sell your runes on there. Save them, use them for succession, use them for combination. Use them for combination down the road. Yes, okay. Next one up here, rune succession. Again, this is probably where we're going to be spending a whole lot of our time here, taking some of those high quality 6-star runes and successing. Successing, is that what we're going to call it? Successing some of our runes in there, those unwanted plus 15 runes that we don't use that anymore, so we can get ourselves a little bit of value, right? If we were to take a random 6-star rune, right, and let's say I had a plus 15 rune to put in there, you would notice that the amount of resources that it costs are drastically lower than what it would cost if you were utilizing like just a regular upgrade here. I think the amount of sky stones for taking a plus 15 5-star to up to this is roughly around 2,600, whereas if you were to do it like a 5-star rune and level it up or whatnot, I think it's upwards of like, what is it, 10,000, 11,000? So it's literally like a fifth of the cost when you're rune successing. So it's definitely something that you want to make note on. Again, this is for your unwanted runes that you're not going to be utilizing anymore. Obviously, the goal is not for you to take plus 12 runes, level them up to 15, and then success them. The amount of resources that you would take to go to level 15, it's not worth it to successes. So again, this is just your max out runes that you want to go and utilize, and put it into a new rune down the road. And keep in mind, once again, when you are successing your rune, again, I apologize in advance that I don't have a rune to go ahead and test out for you all. If you were to success the rune that you're going to feed into it, you will be able to feed the actual, essentially book or grindstone or whatever that is in that rune into the new rune here. So that is very important considering what you might do. And if you're focused on a rage rune and some other rune has, those attack and crit damage or crit rate stats you want to put those in there. You definitely don't want to put in some random rune that potentially has like, defense or accuracy or whatever the case may be. You definitely don't want it to be something that's not going to be of value. You want to use one of your attack based old runes to put into an attack based new rune so you can get the full value of the grindstone that you've been utilizing for those types of runes here. Okay, again, moving on here, next tip that I got for you is going to be with regards to rune combination. Okay, rune combination is again one of the things that we're going to be spending a ton of time on, because as you guys know, we do the farming day in and day out, whether we're farming during the day or farming overnight. We're going to get a ton of runes. We're going to have a lot of opportunities to go ahead and combine. And so when we combine, I want to make sure that you guys are taking advantage of the opportunity to combine the runes of the same grade. I'm sure you've heard it by now with all these tutorials and guides out here. You can combine any 3 runes you want, but if you choose to combine 3 runes of the same type here, you can go ahead and get yourself a rune of that specific one here. So as you guys can see, I'm leveling up some runes, 6-star runes and whatnot here. And again, these are all trash runes, so don't freak out. You're like, oh, you're just clicking on random stuff. These are all trash runes, don't freak out. Okay, you can essentially utilize those runes here, combine them up, and then potentially get yourself 6-star legend, or from 5-star legend or sorry, 5-star runes, and get them up and upgrade and get them a 6-star runes. So there's some potential here to upgrade, and especially for a particular set that you're looking for, okay? And I want to point it out there because there's certain sets that have added value, right? There are sets with specific mechanics here. Like for me personally, you're going to see me always combine despair runes at the end of the day, because despair runes are pretty strong when it comes to this game. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to level up or take random runes here that I might be throwing in the random despair rune and waste the despair runes in order to get myself just a random rune. Now there are runes out there that may not be as valuable, maybe assemble, maybe endure, if you guys are not really focused on those particular stats that you get from the set bonuses. But at the end of the day, if you have the addition of runes like I do right now, I have 25, 26 of these, slot 1, slot 3, whatever, legend, 6-star hero runes, then yes, you can go ahead and utilize those to go ahead and combine and potentially get yourself the legendary version or the upgraded star grade for that specific rune here. Okay, very, very important. And again, for all of you guys new coming into the game, the next tip that I got for you is the value of the 6 stars versus the 5 stars. I think a lot of people out there might be like, oh, you know what, I got my 5-star legend runes, so maybe I'll just wait for my 6-star legend runes and just plus 12. I do like that thought process, but I will tell you this right now. 6-star legend runes plus 12 hero, I believe they are greater than the 5-star legend plus 15 because of the fact of the overall, the amount of value that can be had when it comes to the primary stat, the amount of attack power you can get on a specific rune maxed out versus what you can get on the 5-star rune maxed out. But in addition to that, more importantly, the substats are going to be a little higher on their initial stat. They're going to be a little bit more value when they're actually rolling into it. They have the potential to be higher. So especially when we're talking about a specific stat that helps out with your combat power, your attack, your HP, your defense, or whatnot. Those are extremely valuable stats, especially as we move into the higher stages of the content. That's going to allow us to catapult our combat power a little bit higher so that we can go from having our typical 90K, 100, 110K units here to upwards of 130, 140, 150K here, allowing us to get upwards of 500 to 600,000 combat power for our account. So again, there's a lot of potential to be had here. Don't deny the power of the 6-star hero runes, especially if they have the exact substats you're looking for. Yes, at the end of the day, we want the 6-star legend. We want to go ahead and focus on those and get those leveled up, when we get there. But again, as you guys know, it's going to take some time getting those high quality runes. And when you get those high quality runes, you still have the RNG to deal with in order to get yourself the legendary or the substats you want here. So take that with a grain of salt. Hero runes are here to stay. They're going to be useful. Don't throw them away just because they have, a flat stat or whatever the case may be here. Just make sure that if they have the stats that you're looking for, utilize them for a specific unit that you want to focus on. And then if they don't, you can go ahead and utilize it to combine and see if you can get something going on down the road. Okay. Now, the next tip that I got for you all is when it comes down to runes, which ones you should be focused on, which ones you should upgrade. Now, of course, when it comes to rune combination, you're going to be obviously just, whatever runes you get is whatever you get. But when it comes to those 6-star hero runes that you obtain, if you are strapped for a resource and you're like, okay, well, I know I can do some upgrading and I have some 6-star runes that I'm looking to level up here. Which one should I focus on? Again, similar to Sky Arena, it's going to be the same here with Chronicles. The 2-4-6 slot, that's going to provide you, again, those big, juicy stats there for attack, defense, HP, and whatnot. Those are the ones that are going to amplify the amount of combat power you have. So if you have the opportunity, if you're looking at a handful of runes and you're like, okay, which one is going to provide the most value? Which one's going to be the one that's going to be the most useful for my specific unit? If I have, let's say, a damage healer per se. If I got multiple runes out there that I can build for this damage healer, which ones I'm going to focus on? I'm going to focus on the attack runes on the 2 and the 6 slot. I'm going to focus on the crit damage rune for the 4 slot here. Again, anything that can provide a ton of value for the unit, whether it's going to be the more damage or whether it's going to be to provide more combat power by means of that attack, defense, and HP, those are going to be the ones that focus on. The slot 1, 3, 5 are going to be something that I'm going to be throwing in there, mix it in there when I can upgrade. But if I'm looking to raise that combat power beyond belief here, those primary substats in those 2, 4, 6 slots are going to be absolutely important, and those are going to be the ones that I'm focused on. But that being said, though, I know I'm kind of pushing the envelope here when it comes to like min-maxing. But if you are one of those people that are limited on stuff, utilize the runes that you get. But if you got an opportunity to choose, then I do like the 2, 4, 6 slot at the end of the day. And again, don't forget, fam, when we start doing all this rune work, whatnot, we're going to need, a little bit more resources here, when it comes to, disassembly runes, getting those rune enhancement shards and whatnot here. Keep in mind that you can always go back to the book and do some farming here. And again, if you haven't had a chance to take a look at some of the bosses that are available for you in the new dungeon, as I'm doing right now, I'm literally in Katana right now farming one of the bosses here. as I'm trying to get myself some additional runes to go ahead and combine, and then eventually, utilize for, legendary grind, legendary improvements and whatnot here. So yeah, that's going to be it, fam. Just wanted to provide a couple of quick tips for you. I hope that you found these useful. And again, if you did find these useful, do me a favor, show your support, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next video drops. If you have watched this video from start to finish, you will know without question here that there's going to be a couple of things, that some do's and don'ts that I probably forgot about. So if you can do me a favor and show your support, or leave a comment in the comment section down below, letting everybody know out there some of your rune alchemy tips that you want everybody to know to get them started off on the right road, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, that's going to be it, fam. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish, Childish Plays checking out. Take care, and we'll see you all in the next one.